I want to talk about how to allow when the main thing you're dealing with is looping thoughts. Some of you, it's not about sensations, it's about looping. What if, what if, what if? So, of course, I know I say this all the time, but to deal with looping thoughts, we let go of the thought and we drop it to the body. Let's talk about that for a minute. Because with the looping thought, that's a decoy, you guys. The looping thought is a decoy. It wants you to have to try to fix something. It wants you to focus on something. Why? Because it doesn't want you to feel something in your body. The way out of looping thoughts is to allow the feeling that your nervous system is terrified for you to feel. And that's why it's giving you looping thoughts. So it's terrified to feel rejection. It's terrified to feel like a failure. It's terrified to feel not enough. Believes you cannot handle it. So this is how we apply allowing to looping thoughts. We allow the emotional feeling of what's underneath the looping thoughts. Let the thought go. And you might only be able to let that thought go for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 20 seconds. That's okay. That's all you need. So, what if I get rejected? What if I get abandoned? What if da da da? What if this really catastrophic thing happens and you need to stop it? Okay. Thought. I just name it. Thought. Let it go. Now, ask, what am I really afraid of? What am I afraid to feel? Or if that's too much of a jump, just go, where is this fear showing up in my body? Where is this thing showing up? It only needs to be a little inkling. It doesn't need to be the tidal wave of fear of rejection. So you'll know it. Like when you're having those thoughts, you're having body sensations. You're just caught up here. So drop down here. Oh, maybe it feels like tightness in your chest. Maybe it feels like constricted. Maybe it feels heavy on your shoulders or your stomach's in a knot. Give descriptive words. Tight, hot, pokey, twisty. Descriptive words. All right? Thought, let it go. Drop it to the body, find it. Even if it's just a little bit. Think my stomach is tight. All right? And you allow that. That's the allowing. But that's not all. Because, it can work to just allow that feeling. That will work, but that's will take longer than if you add another step. And that other step is the support that we always talk about. Simply thinking about your feet on the ground, being grounded, leaning against your chair, feeling that support, doing a little havening or a little tapping or humming, anything like that, that brings in a message of safety. And now you're wiring in safety with a feeling that once was terrifying. So, but I'm going to make it a little bit more healing. The other thing that I really like to bring in is an anchoring truth. What I mean by anchoring truth is kind of like the I ams or affirmations, but they have to be something that somehow you can connect to in your body. We cannot override, fight, wire in safety with thoughts, working with a big feeling. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. It's a great scripture. But if you can't resonate with that in your body, it is like trying to fight with a feather against, a monster. The thoughts have no power over feelings. Feelings can wire in safety with feelings, but not thoughts. That's why it's so important to ground or tap or hum or to bring in anchoring truths. An anchoring truth like, you have to know this. So what if you know you're really resilient? Most everybody in the community knows they're resilient because they're still here, still going, still doing this work. So you know you're resilient. Maybe you know you're strong. Maybe you have some scripture that you know Maybe you have like just this awareness. Like for me, I did one of my favorite scriptures is that the righteous are like an oak tree, a planting of the Lord. And I could relate to being an oak tree planted. And when I said, where do I feel that, or how do I know that in my body, I would feel like my feet were anchored in with roots going down deep. Or I had other ones like that I am sound, and I could feel that sound and healed. I could feel that in my body, like there was this strength at my inner core. Maybe you know that you're held by God, and you just feel that in a like a warmth for you. Remember, it's got to be a feeling with a feeling. Okay. The reason I like anchoring truths more than just grounding or tapping your shoulders or whatever is because most of us lost our identity on this journey. And so by bringing in our anchoring truths, we grow our connection to our true self, to the feeling of what it feels like to be me, to be this sturdy, amazing oak tree of a person. So the feeling comes up. This is what you allow. You allow it to be there. You're letting your nervous system know I can handle it. You're also turning down the dial of the limbic system's reaction to it because it's overreactive to that feeling. So you start to turn that dial down and you're bringing in a body sensation of your anchoring truth. If it's I'm strong, and then flex your muscles, feel that that's somatic. If it's I'm grounded in the love of God, let your notice your feet and push against the floor and imagine that roots are going down deep and feel that in your body, that you are sway maybe a little bit like you're a tree, but you're so rooted there's no way you can topple. Like bring in a significant body sensation. Or if you could just say, how do I know it's true that I'm loved by God and that's all that matters? Because I feel that warmth in my chest. Now you have this feeling that's coming. It's coming for 90 seconds tops. It has a beginning, it has a middle and a crest. And then, like all energy waves, it ebbs out just like a water wave, because a water wave is just an energy wave that we can see. That's exactly what this is going to do when that feeling comes up. This is going to remain. Your anchoring truth is going to remain. Your anchoring truth is going to grow. I'm going to have to set my phone down for a second for this. All right. When you're feeling both feelings at the same time, here's the I'm afraid I'm going to be rejected. I'm not enough. I'm going to be alone. Here it comes. And now we bring in our anchoring truth, or just our anchoring feet on the ground, or our havening, any kind of felt sensation. We bring that in. We are literally creating synapses connections with safety, with that feeling. And then over you and over and over you do it, eventually this safety is the main pathway. And whenever the feeling comes up, it just registers as you're safe, and you go, oh yeah, there's that possibility I get rejected here. That's that possibility I get judged. I'm going to be okay. You feel safe, even though it might still be a little irky, uncomfortable. You feel safe. So, all right, so that's how you allow when it comes to obsessive thinking. It's not about the thinking. It's not about the thoughts. It's about allowing the feeling and bringing in an anchoring truth or support. Hope that's helpful.